He didn't do anything wrong except loving his father and giving his father way too much reign over his life. When Uther only cared about ruling Camelot, he even tried to kill his own son just to save his reign. I really don't understand why Arthur has so much doubt when it comes to him being a king. And maybe it's because it's the anniversary of Uther's death that's making him doubtful. But at the beginning of the episode, he literally saves a witch from being burned at the stake. And in return, she gives him a trumpet. And this trumpet can summon people from the dead. So he can go in, he can speak to anyone that he has lost. And that was the gift that a witch gave him, because he stated that he isn't like his father, and he isn't. This is why it was his turn to reign. So he goes and get more information from Gaius, and Gaius lets him know that yes, this is real, and you have to go out to Nimothine, but you need to be very careful with this type of magic. So Arthur ponders on the anniversary date of his father, and he comes to the decision that he's going to go ahead and do it because he misses his dad, he misses his father, and there has been a void that has been there since his father has passed on. And he trusts Merlin with this information because Merlin is always by his side. Merlin is always there to listen, and honestly, he is his best friend, way more than a servant. So they continue on the journey, and they finally reach the destination. He has to go into Nimothine, blow the trumpet, and be transported to the other realm. Now Merlin asks him one more time, are you sure this is something that you want to do? And Arthur makes it clear, I wouldn't be here if this wasn't what I want to do. And I feel as though Merlin is very nervous for him because he doesn't know what to expect. And I honestly think that he's very surprised that Arthur decided to use magic. And I was surprised too, but sometimes when you are desperate, you do things that you would normally do. So he did end up taking a risk. And so he blew the trumpet and he transported himself into the realm of the dead. I mean, can you believe that he's in another realm? I can imagine the confusion on his face to know that the trumpet actually works. And he looks out into the abyss and he sees an apparition come towards him, and it is his father. And he is speechless. So speechless that his father had to take over the conversation, and he tells his son how much he has missed him. But not only he tells him the great things, he literally tells him that he is disappointed in him by his marriage, by his rulerships, in his decisions that he's making, because that is not what Uther has taught him to do. He has not followed the tradition, and he has strayed away from his path. And Arthur said, I don't understand how you can be disappointed in me when all he's have done is made Camelot fair and just. And Uther says he doesn't care about that. He cares about his way and his way only. So this has definitely taken a toll on Arthur. He's literally disappointed. I mean, he went through all this trouble to summon his dad from the dead, only to hear that his dad is disappointed in him. Who would want to hear that? Not his only son. So Merlin reassures him that he is a great king, that he doesn't need to worry about what his dad is saying, because only his vision matters, not his dad. Now, the warning that Gaius told him before they left to Nimothine was that the Merlin's magic was powerful, and he did not read the disclaimer because the witch didn't tell him, no one told him. But it turns out that his dad has now came into the real world, back with Arthur. So now there are strange things happening in the palace, in the castle. It's just weird vibe. Things are falling everywhere, candles blowing out, and they're just trying to figure out what is going on. But the next thing you know, Percival gets stabbed in the arm. Now he has to go and see Gaius, and he's like, there is no way that this sword just fell down on the ground. Like, this was some force behind it. So Merlin is putting two and two together, and Gaius does not know that they actually went to Nimothine because they don't listen to Gaius. And so he had to come clean and tell Gaius that they went ahead and went to Nimothine, and Arthur blew the trumpet and X, Y, and Z. Even though Gaius is mad, he lets them know that if Arthur looked back before he left the realm, he took Uther with him. Now, I'm not understanding why Arthur is so confused, because he doesn't think that his dad would do something like that, even though his dad literally told him in his face how disappointed that he was as him being a king. But I guess it takes his wife being injured and left for dead, because your dad came back from the grave and now is trying to kill your wife. So not only is he trying to take out his knights, he's trying to take out your wife. And luckily for Merlin being there at the right place at the right time, he saves her, takes her to Gaius, and now Arthur is like, okay, maybe it is my father. It is him. Even though he's still in denial, Gaius gave them some type of elixir so that they can see the ghost, and he goes out and looks for his dad. And the crazy part is that his dad is literally sitting on his throne. Out of all places you can go and talk to your son, you go right back to the throne. So that's very disrespectful, because you are no longer the king. Your reign has fallen. But he does not respect his son. He does not care for his son. All he cares about is the Parliament of Camelot. That's all he has ever cared about. Uther does not care about no one, not even his son. And he even was about to kill Arthur if Merlin never showed up. And that's when Merlin let him in on a secret that he has magic, even while Uther was ruler. And this set Uther off, but just in time, here comes Arthur, and he blows the trumpet and sends his dad back to the realm of the dead. Now, even though that he misses his father, he understands that it is his time to rule, and that he's going to continue on his path as king of Camelot. And he's happy to have his best friend, his servant, Merlin, on his side. But my thing is this: why didn't he go ahead and bring magic to Camelot when he had that trumpet? Maybe that trumpet scared him. I don't know. Until the next episode.